think that's really important, that each step that you take is sort of like a strategic one that sort of builds upon the past experiences, and then you can come in and leverage those past experiences that you have and then bring a lot to that next role that you have. Okay, so we talked about identifying your skills, also researching your options, so looking at the other industries. We'll get to that in a little bit. Networking with people in your field, and then also developing a plan as well, I think is really important. I don't think you want to do anything sort of like last minute or rushed. That never really works out too well. And just sometimes you just have to kind of see what's available when you're going to position to a new firm or place, and then also understand what type of role you'll have in that new position, and are you going to run into the same frustrations that you have in your current role. And so that's really key, because what can happen is you don't want to necessarily be like wasting your time in terms of, okay, I went to this other place and then to this other place and this other place, and you're kind of staying at the same like experience level, and not building up those skills and kind of like diving deep and then launching off into like a new position, or launching off into a new position within that role, or into adjacent firm, or into a different industry. And so that kind of going back to that diving deep into the skills, that's one way that you can grow within your actual firm to then provide that launch pad for the future. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about hard skills and soft skills. And again, place chats. I'm happily can get off topic. Really, like whatever they are, whatever situation you're in as well, it's also really helpful. So if you're in a little bit of a tricky situation, please let me know what that is and how you're thinking about the future and pivoting into a new position, into a new firm or a new industry. Just let me know in the chat. So what does this actually look like? And I think this is where people get held up a little bit, because they're looking very specifically at, okay, these are, what does sizing a brick, what does me knowing about the dimensions of a brick help me in this other industry? So there are a lot of details that may not be valuable, but there's a lot of skills in terms of hard skills and soft skills that will be valuable in any position that you do. So let's first talk about some of the hard skills. We talked a little bit about understanding software really well and leveraging technology. At this point, even if you are not inclined towards technology, for better or for worse, you do need to kind of come up to speed with some of these tools and learn them really well. Even if you don't use that specific software in another industry, just learning and getting more proficient with computer skills is very important, and will help you further down the line as well. So we have those like technical skills. So that's some of those things you might use and you might not, but you'll at least understand the process for learning that particular software, or even for building codes. You'll learn that process of identifying where to access building codes, and how everything works. The other is business skills, and this is very translatable. This is something that you can use everywhere you go. So that could be understanding how the business is run, understanding the marketing, the financing, the accounting,